In the quiet village of Ajanaku stood an old compound that everyone called the House of Silent Tears. From the outside, it looked ordinary, a large building with freshly painted walls, flowering plants, and a lady named Mama Ezin. She welcomed every new tenant with kindness, offering food and speaking sweet words. But the villagers knew a secret they were too afraid to tell. Anyone who rented a room in Mama Ezin's compound would mysteriously stop progressing. A young tailor who dreamed of opening the biggest shop in town suddenly lost all his customers. A teacher preparing for a promotion failed every interview. A businessman who once made huge profits watched his business collapse without explanation. Couples who moved into the compound began fighting until their marriages broke apart. What they didn't know was that every midnight, Mama Ezin secretly entered a hidden shrine beneath her house. There she lit black candles and tied knots in ropes bearing the names of each tenant. As long as those knots remained tied, their blessings, favor, and opportunities remained trapped. The more her tenants suffered, the richer and more powerful she became. Years passed, and no one escaped the curse. Then one rainy evening, a young woman named Amora arrived in the village searching for an affordable place to live after receiving her first teaching job. The villagers begged her not to rent a room in Mama Ezin's compound, but she smiled gently. "My life is in God's hands," she said. Mama Ezin laughed quietly, believing Amora would become another victim. From her very first night, Amora filled her room with prayers instead of fear. Every dawn she worshipped with songs of praise. Every evening she read the scriptures and prayed over every corner of her room. She refused to be intimidated by strange noises, terrifying dreams, or mysterious shadows. Soon, unusual things began happening. The shrine beneath the house trembled whenever Amora prayed. The ropes binding the tenants' destinies began to loosen by themselves. The black candles refused to stay lit. Mama Ezin's charms started losing their power. Furious, the landlady unleashed darker forces. The tenants heard footsteps on the roof, strange whispers in the night, and doors opening by themselves. Many became frightened. But Amora gathered the tenants together and encouraged them not to live in fear. She taught them to pray together every evening. As their prayers grew stronger, the darkness covering the compound weakened. One midnight, during their most powerful prayer gathering, a mighty wind swept through the compound. Thunder shook the ground, and a loud crack came from beneath the building. The hidden shrine collapsed. Every rope tying the tenants' destinies snapped apart. People began receiving long-awaited phone calls. The tailor received a contract that changed his life. The businessman recovered a fortune he thought was lost. The teacher was promoted. Childless couples conceived. Sick tenants regained their strength. Mama Ezin rushed to the shrine only to find it reduced to dust. The source of her evil power had been destroyed forever. Her secrets were exposed before the village elders. She confessed to using dark powers to steal the progress of innocent people for many years. She was banished from the village, and the compound was cleansed. From that day on, the building became known as the House of Restoration. People who once lived in fear now testified of miracles, breakthroughs, and new beginnings. And everyone remembered that no matter how powerful darkness may seem, sincere faith, courage, and persistent prayer can break even the oldest chains.